Hey everybody, how's it going? This is the Bald Riddle Nerd coming at you with another video. And has this ever happened to you, my fellow music aficionados, collectors, whatever you want to call yourselves? If you ever walked into an establishment that sells, sound recordings, right? And you spot an item you may not really need to have because you may have already owned the CD of this item for how long have I had this? Maybe 15 years or so at least. Maybe I've had the CD longer. I don't know. I know I've had it a pretty long time, right? And then, a lot of time goes by. You dip your toe into the vinyl hobby, right? And then maybe about, I don't know, a couple years ago, you walk into the same establishment and you see a picture disc of the same album, right? And you're like, okay, I've got to get that, right? It's cool. I don't have it on vinyl yet, right? It's a picture disc. So you admire the way it looks. You listen to it and you're like, it sounds okay, but maybe it could be better, right? Then you walk into the same said establishment a couple of years later, and then you come upon a reissue of said vinyl for $20, which is a pretty good price for a modern reissue of an Iron Maiden album. And it's on plain black vinyl, so you decide to, you buy it, you open it up, and on the inner sleeve you got a lyric sheet, and then on the other side you got some band photos, like film strip style of the time, and you pull out the record. Ooh. And you got Target side there, and then of course you got Eddie on the other side. You might ask yourself, why did I get this? I didn't really remotely need it. Well, basically I just wanted to see if the black vinyl reissue sounded better than the picture disc. I haven't listened to it yet, so I don't know. But that's pretty much why I bought this, and $20. I was like, that's for a new record. That's as close to impulse as you're gonna get, since new records don't tend to be all that cheap. I ironically paid less for this picture disc than I did because it was used when I got it, and I think I paid like maybe $10 or around $10 for it. And this is worth on Discogs now quite a bit more than that. I think this was in my top 10 most expensive items on Discogs. If I'm not sure, I'll have to review that video, but I'm pretty sure it was. And now I got this. This isn't particularly special or rare, but I couldn't help myself. So, of course, what I got to do now is I got to listen to the two records kind of side by side. Maybe I'll put an audio sample in here and try to entertain you through the audio samples of the two. We'll see. So that's it for now. I've got some stuff to do, some setup. And I'll see you guys in a while. Okay, so I went ahead and listened to both of my records, right? Here we are a couple of days later, obviously, since you see me in a change of clothes. I listened to my new acquisition first. And, of course, I listened to the picture disc, which apparently is my most valuable item on Discogs. It's worth over $100, I guess. Somebody wants to make me an offer. Hey, form an orderly queue, I guess. So there you go. Which one did I think sounded better? I think the black vinyl sounded better for a couple of different reasons. The black vinyl had definitely less surface noise overall than the picture disc by a fairly significant margin. The surface noise on the picture disc was much higher, and they were most definitely different masterings. The picture disc was several dB louder without adjusting the volume knob. It was maybe 4 to 5 dB louder than the black vinyl release. So of course I adjusted the volume down to get it to the same listening level, and I think the mix, it was mastered, more compressed. It was quote hotter, right? It was louder, all together, more dynamically compressed. It just didn't sound as good as the plain black vinyl. So I learned that. Then, of course, for kicks, listen to the CD. And I tried to do us all very close together so it was fresh in my mind. Of course, the CD, unsurprisingly, sounded better than either one of these by a fairly wide margin. But the black, or I'm sorry, I think the black vinyl sounded more similar to the CD than the picture disc did. So these two had the best sound quality, and I'm not sure what mastering this one uses. This is a Parlophone. It says on the back here, but it's obviously a modern recreation because it says IronMaiden.com on the bottom. So I don't know what mastering this uses. Whatever, I guess it's a current reissue. And this was, I think this was the Raw Power CD version of this. I think if this helps you guys at all to identify this, it's like the enhanced CD one from like the 90s, right? So there you go. What did we learn from all of this? Not much in general, right? Since my sample size is really small, I can't generally say anything about picture disc versus black vinyl versus CD. All I know is all three of my releases sound a little bit different, and the picture disc sounds the worst. You know, so not what I would call the most valuable lesson ever, you know. And but you know, we probably learned about as much from this as my daughter did from doing division with me this evening, which took a couple of hours to do 9 simple division problems. Things, brain teasers such as, you know, 33 divided by 7. And when you're sitting there with a, you know, 4th grader who's doing this sort of thing for the first time, it's so much fun, kind of, you know, you put the paper there and you're like, okay, how do you do it? And she just, and they just look at you like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you think? And then she tried to show me this bizarre way they showed her how in school, which made literally no sense at all. And of course, then I just explained to her, I said, we're trying to figure out how many times 7 goes into 33. So let's count by 7, 7, 14, 21, etc. Right? So, yeah, I know this was an awesome non sequitur, but I think that's probably part of the reason you guys come is for completely unrelated content that makes no sense. So I hope you guys like that little story. And I got to see slightly into my pain, so which is part of the reason I have to record these videos at 11 something at night and be but anyway, that is basically it. Let me know in the comments below if you guys will tend to purchase multiple copies of the same thing for no real reason. I certainly didn't need to buy that black vinyl, but I'm glad I did. I think it was overall a little bit of a fun experience, and you know, I don't know. That's basically it. So thanks so much for watching. As always, live long and prosper, keep on rocking. I'll see you guys next time.